I am not a YouTube creator. I've never wanted to be a YouTube creator. Never even posted a YouTube video. But I owe this to Summer. I've sacrificed time, tears, lots of things. July 5th, last year, 2021, I was doing my dishes, watching my favorite creator, Stephanie Harlow. True crime, educational, fabulous. And she talks about Summer. I'd seen her picture before, but I honestly didn't pay that much attention. Kids go missing all the time. They're usually found pretty quickly. But that wasn't what was happening. I felt like a fish that just got hooked. At the time, I was doing like plaster work, painting work around my house. And I was doing it late night, so my family was sleeping, so I didn't want to be rocking out to music. So I would listen to creators. I was listening about Summer. All summer. For a couple months. Every night for a couple hours. And I've compiled a lot of information. And I feel like it's a waste not to share it. So I have a timeline. It's a pretty long timeline. Sit back and relax. We might be here a minute. Oh. This case is an onion. It's the biggest onion I've ever seen. There's so many layers to this case that I realize I stepped in 3 weeks in since she'd been missing. I have a 70-page notebook, a 20-page typed document, more screenshots than you can imagine, all pertaining to this poor little girl and all the mess surrounding her. So, why not share what I got? We all know Don and Candace have quite the extensive record. So Don was born November 1964, Tampa, Florida. Right out the gate, 3 months after he turned 18, first charge, burglary. Not really sure the legalities with Don. His record's really choppy. He's got arrests out of Utah, Arkansas, Texas. I'm pretty sure Florida, per JRL. I will reference a lot of creators in this timeline. And I do probably owe them a thank you. Because without them, I wouldn't have been able to compile what I did. A lot of my information, I try to keep as factual as possible. A lot of my information is via Facebook photos, Candace timeline photos, and TikTok, and interviews given after the fact, and church videos. I watched a lot of church videos. I took notes of a lot of church videos. People don't really talk about them. We're gonna talk about them. So, I'm going to read for a little bit. We'll break it up. February 28th, 1983, Don charged with burglary. 18 years old, like I said. July 29th, 1983, another burglary charge. Sometime along the way, he met Pam. I have her last name, it's not relevant. They got married. I believe they moved to Florida. Next thing you know, a couple little chitlins pop out. We got Don the third joining the party, Don's other daughter. Don's son has issues. We won't go into that. I'm sure you've heard about it. His daughter, she looks like she's doing well. Good for her. She made it out. November 18th, 82. Misdemeanor. Revocation and suspension. Not really sure. 94, evading arrest. 95, theft by receiving stolen property. April 95 to June 97, time actually served. 22 months in jail, Don. Got out on probation for 4 months. Right back in. Another 4 months time served. Got out. Probation violation again. After 5 months. Another 4 months time served. July 22nd, 1998 to November 24th, 1998. A fourth probation violation. 5 months. Time served, 3 months. Finally, in 2000, Don gets out after serving 4.5 months in Utah. Majority of these are out of Utah. A certain creator had told us in 2001 there's a nationwide warrant out for Don out of Utah named a fugitive of the law, and he was found in a storage room on Ben Hill Road by the Tennessee State Highway Patrol, Hawkins County, and the FBI. That information has never been verified. This creator gives us a lot of information that's never been verified. We'll move on. November 2001, another theft out of Utah. Time served, 17 months. Don moves to Arizona. No, I guess a loitering charge before. I'm trying not to read through this and just skim. 2006, residential burglary out of Arizona. 2007, possession of controlled substance, public intox, and loitering. November 1st, 2007, DUI. Candace Ply. Candace was born May 1982. In 1994, her uncle, Candace's brother, was charged with 8 counts of SA. Candace was 12 at the time and supposedly not the victim. I do believe he was released August 2021 into a halfway house. Candace actually left about 1995. I believe she moved out to Vegas. Shortly thereafter, a couple years, Candace's dad actually allegedly put her in foster care because she was aggressive and violent and couldn't handle her. One thing I noted very early on, I'm going to just say it now. Candace left in 95. Candace at the time was 12 years old. Her younger sisters were 11 and 9. Think about those numbers. Candace's children. Candace had a daughter, verified by Candace, supposedly when she was really young. I'm not going to dox the poor girl. If you know, it's out there. But she did adopt her out. And then Candace met Andrew. Candace and Andrew had 2 children together. Andrew Jr. and Candace Jr. 2001, 2002. Andrew received head injury, supposedly. Was removed from Candace's custody eventually. Candace and put in a home, mind you, in a mental home where supposedly he still needs assistance. Not sure if he's still in the home. Candace's daughter was adopted out at 6 months, returned at 12, and aged out of foster, but seems to be doing well, and I hope the poor girl is. In 2003, Rose, Candace's sister, actually called CPS. In doing so, CPS showed up at the house. Candace pulled a shotgun out. And the CPS removed the children. Rose actually got custody of the children, rumor has it. For a short while. In 2008-ish, Don and Candace meet in Arkansas, supposedly at a fair. Candace had been to Kearney. She moved out, left her dad's house. Like I said, went to foster. I believe she went to Arizona, maybe? Ended up in Arkansas. There's rumors swirling around there. We might get into that later. 2009, Rose got married. February. In May 2009, Rosemary Bly got a disorderly conduct charge. In August 2009, Rosemary Bly goes missing. At the time, she has 2 children, a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. This goes along with the other side note. In my opinion, I think it's ironic that when Rose called CPS on Candace and Candace's children got removed, they were about 1 and 2. And in turn, when Rose went missing, her children were about 1 and 2. To go along with that, I find it kind of funny, not funny, sad, excuse me, that when Summer went missing, the boys were 12, 11, and 9. The same as Candace and her sisters when Candace broke up the family. 12, 11, and 9. Not really sure. So move on to the children. Ironically, I just realized something. We don't want to jump ahead. It's back to the children. So, I don't want to dox their birthdays, but I don't really understand them either. Reason being is one particular post, I guess. It was 2018. Candace posts happy birthday to Josie. Picture Josie. And a cake with a little 9 on the cake, which would mean Josie was born in 2009, right? And then Wyatt was stated to be 11 when Summer went missing. And in January of 2021, Candace was happy birthday to Wyatt. Which would mean he was born in 2010. Which would mean Candace had a baby in September 2009 and another baby in January 2010. I don't really understand how that works, but I digress. Moving on. To go along with that, the youngest boy, born in December 2011. Check. And bless her heart, Summer, February 2016. Two days before Josie was born, September 23rd, 2009, the mayor, we're going to call him Baked Beans, get arrested. No, he didn't get arrested. So, yep, several charges. Shortly thereafter, and this came out, this is kind of what pushed me to make this. I was kind of holding off because I wanted to make sure Ellie had some things sorted out, but this is one of them things, so we're gonna bring it up. March to July 2009, the mayor and Baked Beans live at a certain address. A certain creator kind of dropped the bomb on that one. 333. They live at the same address as, let's just say what it is, Chase. It's his close relative, which seems kind of ironic to me, and that seems like quite a connection to me. So yeah, that's out there. Thanks, Fizzle. September 2011 through February 2013, thorough investigations are done, and 32 individuals surrounding Rogersville pled guilty to drug charges, consisting of, we'll say, Mary Jane, Cobain, and OxyClean. More than half of these individuals lived on Beach Creek or in Light Hollow. In my opinion, that puts a whole new spin on somebody saying their family owned half of Beach Creek. April 13th, 2015, Don purchases Ben Hill property, quick claim deed from Clyda Trent for $10. Clyda was supposedly Karen Goad's best friend. Karen Goad is Don Wells' mother. Clyda took care of Karen until her last days. Lots of rumors surrounding that as well. As far as Don being there towards the end and not really being a positive presence. We'll leave it at that. August 2016, Don and Candace get married. September 25th, 2018, Crystal Spencer and David Britt are on Ben Hill. Like I said, it's Josie's ninth birthday. Crystal's mom later says that Mama was staying in the shed down on Beach Creek. Rumor has it, Don and Pam lived there when Don's mom, Karen, was still alive. Also, rumor has it that a certain local, I don't want to add confusion to it, but rumor has it that Andy Paul was living there shortly before Summer went missing. There is images on Google Earth from 2018. just verification of residency. There's a chicken coop down there. There's definitely somebody living down there. It's pretty obvious. Christmas 2018. Candace posts pics of kids in front of tree and presents, and also kids opening presents with Mama Pam on the bed. Don isn't pictured. So that would be our verification that Pam probably was living down in the shed, at least around Christmas 2018. February 2nd, 2019. Candace makes trip with the kids and Candace to Wisconsin, celebrating Summer's birthday with her cousin and her cousin's kids. Lots of pictures. April 25th, 2019. Candace Facebook post referring to Bristol. Lock up your men, ladies. Verifying the rumor that Don might have messed around on her. October 2019. First pics I could find of kids at Kingsport SDA. Lines up with when Robin said they actually started going. She said it had been about 1.5 years in her interview with Chris. In the pictures, they're decorating cookies for first responders. And then the following week, they actually post Halloween party pics. Boys are in army gear. Summer and Candace are in ladybug costumes. Robin is definitely present. And just as a side note, there's pictures of Robin from going back as far as 2012 in that church. I don't think Robin's an issue. I don't. Summer loved Robin. She is an issue. Lady's got a world of hurt coming, but I don't think she did anything to that poor little girl. December 2019. Candace met Sherry Mullaney at the Kingsport Santa train, says Allie. January 9th, 2020. New puppy pics posted on Facebook. Boys look clean. Haircuts. Summer, not so much. February 2nd, 2020. Summer's 4th birthday party. Paw Patrol everywhere. Sherry. Allie's kids. Allie's daughters, I believe. Allie's nieces are all there. Candace is there. March 12th, 2020. Most of the world shuts down from COVID. March 26th, 2020. Allie and Sherry are on Ben Hill. Also at Warriors Park, fishing with the kids. Candace posts pictures on Facebook. April 5th, 2020. The boys get motorbikes. Pretty pricey. Upwards of $1,800, I think. Don and the boys actually spend time putting them together. It's probably about the last good memories them boys got. May 1st, 2020. Touchy one. Candace and the kids attend a birthday party for a little girl who, in my opinion, is a whole nother story in herself. It's Allie's niece, but she is a dead ringer for Allie and Allie's other younger daughter. So yeah, they attend the little girl's birthday party. 3 days later, March 4th, 2020, H and that little girl are at Ben Hill. At the bottom shed, the boys are riding around on their motorbikes, and there's a random man there with the motorcycle. Pretty sure it was a TikTok video. Not 100% on that one. May 4th, 2020. May 31st, 2020. This was nothing. It was a NASCAR race. This is originally when Jose said he showed up. I don't think this is when Jose showed up. June 1st, 2020. Mary says Don and the oldest arrived in Utah. June 12th, 2020. Candace posts on Facebook. POS calling CPS. Your karma is coming. 3 days later, Candace posts on Facebook. Pictures in Wisconsin. It's actually the picture posted of Summer with the blonde lady outside. Recent speculation was maybe it's Sonia, but I don't know if Sonia living in Wisconsin. And she's in Reeves, so I don't really know. June 16th as well, Candace posts more pictures from Wisconsin, Grantsburg, Nelson's Landing. Summer has colored hair by the water, I believe. June 20th, 2020, Candace is still on vacation with the kids in Candace, it looks like. Josie or Don, the oldest or Don, are not in any pictures. They take a bunch around the fire and at like touristy spots. Later on, Allie said her and Andy actually fed the dogs while they were gone. Such nice neighbors. June 26, 2020, Allie on Ben Hill Road. Facebook pictures. I think she was there with her kids actually the whole upcoming holiday weekend. June 29th, 2020. Oh, this is actually verification from Justice for All that Jose was still working in Alaska at this time. He saw his pay stub. June 30th, 2020. Ethan? I'm not going to say Ethan's last name because we'll just say Ethan. Posts his first pictures of his new red Toyota Tacoma that he had inherited from his grandfather with a ladder rack and asks, should I take it off? Referring to the ladder rack. July 1st, 2020. Candace, H, and her 3 youngest kids, dressed nice, taking waterfall pictures, I believe at Laurel Park. Just like, it's like 5 minutes from the house. 10 minutes maybe, it's not far. July 2nd, 2020. Candace Facebook posts. This was a things that make you go, Candace posted a bunch of pictures. They're all in the water. They're in canoes. Kids are in inner tubes, floating around, whatever. But there's one picture where she's sitting on the bank and there's somebody directly next to her, like inches away. And I was under the assumption she was just with like Allie and the kids. That's what all the other pictures look like. But in this particular picture, it's a man sitting right next to her. Unless Allie has never shaved her legs in her life, which, not even gonna think about that. It's a man, and he has a black dog that he's holding, it looks like on a leash, and what caught my attention was he has a Yankees tattoo on his leg. He looks a little dark complected, tan, whatever, but Jose was from New York, so... And I actually inquired on Justice for All when Jose was on live. I tried to inquire about it, and I was taken as threatening, I guess, and they shot me down on my question asking, so never actually got verification of that, but I always thought it was weird. Moving on. Next day, July 3rd, 2020, more canoe pics with Allie and the kids. Summer's floating around. July 15th, 2020, was the Bristol Nascar Cup race. I don't think Jose was there yet either. We're trying to pinpoint when he was there. First he said 6 months, which I knew off the jump was way off, but yeah. July 20th, 2020, Candace posts more pics in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. She might be there again. Because August 5th, 2 weeks later, the school bus showed up. And we know that via the mayor. Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate your pictures. The mayor said Candace drove it in on August 5th. August 19th, 2020, Candace posts on Facebook, trying to sell the house. 11.2 acres for sale with 3 sheds, 1 house, $70,000. Somebody even asks, are you selling? Candace says yes. August 22nd, 2020. Laurel Run Park Waterfall and Cabin Pics with Candace, Allie, the kids, Candace. I was curious of who took the group pic. Not really sure. Maybe I had a timer, I guess, but they are out in the woods and all. I don't know where you're gonna prop it up at. September 2nd, 2020. Lunch with Allie and Candace in the back of a truck. Subway. Keeping it classy, ladies. September 16th and the 17th. Andrew, H's dad, who is vile, and I don't really trust anything of what he says, but he did produce a Priceline receipt for a minivan that they rented from Jeffy from that weekend. September 19th was the Bristol Bass Pro Nascar race. This is when we believe Jose actually arrived. Jose says the boys were home alone that day when they all arrived. It was just the younger two. The older one was gone with Don still in Utah. September 25th, the oldest one's birthday, actually, in Utah with Don. No pics or posts regarding it from Candace, but she does post on Facebook a question. She says, how many of you grew up near the woods and used to explore for hours without adult supervision? That didn't age very well. September 26th, 2020. Allie actually calls 911 to get her kids off the hill. Allie says Candace threatened to shoot her. Audio is heard of the 911 call. I heard it. Believe they had drama the night before. Candace was probably pretty stressed the night before. It was her son's birthday. She hadn't seen him in 4 months. She hadn't seen Don in 4 months. She probably hadn't gotten any money from them. So it got heated, I guess. Next day, September 27th, 2020, Candace actually posts Two-Face Biatch mad. Can't handle the truth. Obviously, she's probably referring to her bestie with the... Yeah, we're not going to say that. Okay. October 6th, 2020. Don comes back from Utah. Sometime before this, Candace posts pictures of him on Facebook with the white truck. Rumor has it, like, Candace might have called him. Rumor has it she likes to meddle. Likes to manipulate and stir the pot. October 5th through the 14th, 2020. Jose worked at a cat scratching post place per Justice for All. Thank you, Justin. My question was, where did he sleep when Don got back? There's at least 10 days where Jose, Don, Candace, and the 4 kids were all in that house. That house is not that big. So I would love to know what sleep arrangements were when Don came back. Interesting. October late night, 14th, 15th. Don gets arrested. Gun charge, DUI. Avoids a domestic charge. October 15th. Candace gets order of protection. Fears for the life of her and her children, she says. October 19th. Candace lifts the restraining order of protection. Pow pow. October 20-ish. Jose says he left Ben Hill before Don came home from jail. He says he told them he was going to North Carolina, but then he drove Candace's truck to South Carolina, and Candace just drove back. And maybe Candace kept his secret. Sneaky, sneaky. Welcome to the one of many happy Sabbaths. October 24th, 2020. First Sabbath seen at the SDA Church on live stream. Summer held by, we're going to call her Dr. Elder. Yep, that's it. The doctor wrangles Summer and keeps her from distracting niece Amy speaking. Summer is wearing a pink, cute button-up shirt. Looks clean, well kept. November 5th, 2020. Candace went and saw Allie's oldest daughter and Allie's niece. Posted Facebook picture wearing a Confederate mask. I got nothing for that. Happy Sabbath, November 7th. Summer is a huge distraction on stage. Dancing, wandering, wrangled by Robin. Robin actually side-eyes Don and Candace from stage. During the children's story, it's entitled Please and Thank You. It's about being polite and respectful to others. You might hear me refer multiple times that, in my opinion, there's a message behind that. Summer's wearing a blue-green dress with jeans. A little disheveled looking. Happy Sabbath, November 14th, Only Elder Matt on camera. Short video. Happy Sabbath, November 21st. Summer wrangled by Robin again. Forced to sit. Summer, same blue-green dress. Pink pants. November 22nd, 2020. Garage sale? Selling Paw Patrol toys. Not even a year old that Summer just got for her birthday. LOL backpack that she could use for school in a few months. Might be a SDA church garage sale thing. There's definitely like some scrubs and stuff laying around, and I'm pretty sure Robin wore scrubs for work, but I don't know. Sabbath, November 28th. Summer is quiet at first. Smiling, behaving. Seems like somebody does try to keep her off camera, though. Dr. Elder tries to drown out Summer's sound during her sermon. Summer's very antsy at the end. She's wearing the same pink button-up. Sabbath, December 5th. Summer is running around a lot and very distracting during Robin's story time about puppies, getting them fixed and taking care of them. There's another message. Summer wearing mismatched outfit, messy hair. Candace actually posted the church camera pictures this day. This wasn't what she was wearing, so they must have changed her. December 6th, 2020. Their youngest son's birthday. Facebook pictures of current party from current year. Verify he's 9 years old. Sabbath, December 12th. Christmas play. Summer didn't really do well, but she tried really, really, really hard. She followed Robin like a hawk the whole time. Candace was there. Her hair was dyed blue. She was in the front row, left center. Don's actually not seen anywhere. December 14th, 2020. Candace posts, kids are going to have a rough Christmas this year. At least they have their family that loves them. Still no sign of Don. Sabbath, December 19th. No video notes, unfortunately. I feel like they weren't in the videos, and that's why I didn't put any video notes down, because I'm sure I would have watched the next couple weeks, and I have no notes for them for some reason. December 23rd, 2020. Candace might have a broken foot. She posts a Facebook picture. Christmas 2020. Candace posts old 2018 Christmas pictures of the kids. Kind of dirty, very sad looking. Sabbath, December 26th, no video notes. Again, I don't think they were there, and I think that's why I didn't take any notes. December 29th, 2020. Candace posts new Subaru pic on Facebook. Later, Jose said they were still talking at the time, and he cut ties shortly after this. Sabbath, January 2nd, 2021. Summer is maybe heard but not seen. Robin is not on stage at all, which is very unusual. Sabbath, January 9th. Oh, you know what? That's 2022. Yeah, no, that's right. We're good. 2021, sorry. Sabbath, January 9th, 2021. Summer is happy to see Robin, tries to sing, hugs Robin the whole time, boots Robin's daughter out of her arms at the end. She's very, very antsy. She's wearing a pink sweatshirt with a skirt. Candace is sleeping in a red hoodie. January 11th, 2021. The middle son's birthday. Candace just leaves a generic Facebook post. Happy birthday to him. No pictures. He should be 11. Not really sure. Sabbath, January 16th. Summer dancing across the stage, singing Happy. Summer wearing a blue Elsa dress. Sabbath, January 23rd. There's actually 2 videos from this day. The first one, Summer sneaks on stage multiple times during story. She's very distracting. The camera actually cuts away from her. The video cuts short. In the second video, Summer again is distracted dancing, spinning around. She has a book. She's actually wrangled by who a lot of people thought was Robin in the beginning. It's not. She is actually an elder's wife. I'm gonna call him Slender Man because I don't know what else. I know his name, but I'm not gonna say his name. But if you know, now you know. So she wrangles Summer and holds her tight and tries to get her to sit with her, and Summer actually fights her off. Which, yeah, she's a strong little girl. Summer is definitely sitting on the opposite side of the room as her family. She is in a blue Elsa dress with jeans. Candace sleeps during the song and everyone else stands. Sabbath, January 30th. Wells family taken out of the organ shot. The camera was actually moved. The camera shot was moved. So where they typically would sit, they always sat in the same front row seat in the congregation over to the side. And now the camera is actually adjusted so you can't see that angle anymore of where they would sit. So they're not seen at all. February 4th, 2021. Summer turns 5. Candace posts generic happy birthday Summer Facebook posts. No party pics of her. She does post a couple recent pictures of her, like wearing a mask and looking kind of rough. Sabbath, February 6th. Robin carries Summer on stage for the first minute, but Summer is way too antsy. The camera actually cuts from her. Summer's very, very chatty when she's not on stage, like yelling during the announcements. Summer runs on stage during the scripture reading, and Dr. Elder sternly grabs her and holds her and sits with her. She actually, I call it like strong-armed her. She like grabbed her bicep pretty hard and said something in Summer's ear. And at that point, Summer pushed At that point, the doctor pushed Summer off of stage. The doctor is very distraught during her sermon, which is called Restore God's House of Worship. Message. Next, the children's story, which is an offering always, of course, collecting money, is called The Family on the Hill. A story describing the Wells family to a T, going as far as to describe the hill out in the country they live on, the family consisting of older brothers and a little sister. The younger daughter was the one who kept the faith for the family and told them that if they just kept believing in God and praying, that all their troubles will be saved. And lo and behold, a group of church ladies walking down the road stumble upon an overabundance of bread and decide to bring it to the family. Well, now all their problems are solved because they got some bread. Yeah. During it, Dr. Elder actually shushed Summer from stage. Summer's dressed a mess. Hair a mess. Skin colored, in my opinion, inappropriate pants. February 10th. Allie's oldest daughter posts a TikTok of her allegedly stoned grandma, Sherry Mullaney. Sabbath, February 13th. Summer treats Robin like a jungle gym. Only on camera in the very beginning. No longer showing kids during the story time. Now they're just showing like the adult only on camera. They just like took the kids out of the shot again. Like they're making adjustments, I feel like. Summer's wearing her red dress. Also on February 13th, Ethan posts new red Toyota Tacoma pic, ladder rack still attached. Sabbath, February 20th. Summer is there, but video doesn't match audio. You can only see Elder and Matt for some reason. Not really sure why. Sabbath, February 27th. Summer is only seen at the very end of the service, when the congregation is up and walking around. She makes eye contact with somebody. I'm not going to say who, it's a minor. But when it happens, she looks scared and like runs. This is actually Don's first Sabbath school attended. February 28th, 2020. Sherry Mullaney is allegedly charged with child abuse and neglect, 3 counts of a child under 8. From my understanding, in later interviews, about the same time, I mean, she's got 3 granddaughters that live with her. These would be Allie's nieces. There's only one of them under 8. It also happens to be the same birthday party that Candace and the kids attended the year prior. From my understanding, shortly thereafter, that little girl got taken out of her home and put somewhere. I'm not sure where, but like I said, I feel like she's like a whole story in herself. Sabbath, March 6th. Wells family not on camera. March 10th. Candace posts blue pajama picture of Summer in the kitchen on Facebook. In my opinion, Summer looks dirty, frail, heartbreaking. March 12th, 2021. Candace posts on Facebook, got her taxes back. Also has Chili's lunch with Sherry Mullaney and her 3 youngest children. 2 weeks after Sherry Mullaney got charged. Okay. The kids do look happy. I would say that. Also on March 12th. At 8 o'clock at night, Candace creates a new Facebook profile. changes her name from Bly to Wells. Sabbath, March 13th. Wells family not on camera. March 17th. 3 months before Summer went missing, Candace posts her first TikTok. On this account, mind you. She's got like 10 Facebook accounts. She's probably got half a dozen TikTok accounts. I don't know. But on this TikTok account was her first video of Wylan, the youngest son, getting his new motorbike as well. And in this video, we see the red barrel, which already says for sale on it. Just saying. And if you look up close, no, that's not even the right one. We'll go to that later. But it's the red barrel, and it says for sale. And this was March 17th, 2021, 3 months before she went missing. Summer chases her brother all over barefoot. Her hair looks crazy cute, half shaved. Sabbath, March 20th, 2021. Wells family not on camera. March 26th, 2021. A TikTok posted by Candace shows Summer's head completely shaved. Sabbath, March 27th. Wells family not on camera. David Dotson's first Sabbath, however, and performance. A lot of people think he was introduced to the church by Robin initially, and I think that got debunked. I have actually, my research has led to him knowing our Dr. Elder. Dr. Elder actually lives and owns the house that I believe David Dotson's aunt owned when he was a child, and seems to be a connection. So at this point, we are at the end of March. And like I said, the family hasn't even been on camera for the last 4 Sabbaths services. But since they started going in October, okay, so let me put it this way. From October 24th to March 27th, actually February 27th, because they weren't on camera all through March, Summer's face was on camera 15 out of 16 Sabbath services. Okay? You want to hear that again? 15 out of 16 Sabbath services, Summer's face is seen on camera. In that same time, Don has attended 1 Sabbath school class. Just saying. April 2nd, SDA Church has their Easter play at Warriors Park Amphitheater. The Wells family actually aren't seen, but I didn't really see a video where you saw many of the attendees. David Dotson does perform, even though he's only been going to the SDA Church a week, and they've been planning this for months. So I thought that was kind of weird. Sabbath, April 3rd, Summer is back and very happy to see Robin, hugging and loving on her. You've all seen the video, putting Robin's hair on top of her shaved head, playing with decorations on stage during the song. Adorable, but very distracting. The Hawaiian shirt Grandpa Guy does, an Easter story with the kids, all sitting on stage. Summer wears a blue flannel hoodie and shorts. In my opinion, the only reason that the video was set up the way it was that day and the kids were shown that day, it was because it was a holiday. Just gonna throw that out there. April 4th, Easter Sunday. Candace posts pics of kids at Warriors. Looks like they're all cleaned and dressed nice. I'm not positive it's Warriors. It looks like Warriors. Sabbath, April 10th. Lowe's family not on camera. April 14th, 2021. Don pleads guilty of gun possession charge from October 14th night incident with Jose. Receives probation. An 11-month, 29-day suspended sentence. April 15th, 2021. Dudley says he started working with Don around this time. Sabbath, April 17th. Wells family not on camera. Sabbath, April 24th. Unfortunately, no video notes. Sabbath, May 1st. 2-second Summer, top of headshot. Can't see her face, but she runs past the camera during a saxophone solo. Don does attend Sabbath school this day. May 2nd. Candace posts TikTok of kids and puppies and Summer in the panda pool, which confirms Fred Hill's story that the mayor's son was swimming with Summer in a pool on the property, and then the mayor doubled down and said there was never a pool on the property. So add it to the list. May 2nd, 2021. Candace's father passes away, 85 years old. I don't think Candace attended the service. Sorry, I need a drink. Sabbath, May 8th. Summer gave Robin Mother's Day jewelry gift at church this day. Not on stage, much. Candace posts about having an abscessed tooth on Facebook. And in the church footage, you actually can see the abscessed tooth. She's sitting in like the center. She actually gets up to walk down the middle aisle, and you can see her tooth on camera. It looked really bad. May 13th, 2021, Candace posts TikTok saying, first time out since I blew out my hip, with the kids sitting outside with lots of puppies. Sabbath, May 15th, Wells family, not on camera. Sabbath, May 22nd, Wells family, not on camera. David Dotson does attend, talking the whole time. Don is at Sabbath school that day. May 28th, which means the family is probably there. May 28th, Candace posts 2 TikToks of Summer dancing with the red barrel for sale. The barrel, like I said, was shown back in March. And at this point, I'll say that a certain creator had said there was a can of red spray paint next to it. There's not. It's a can of Raid. If you actually zoom in, you can see it says Raid right on it. So, yeah. Dudley's vehicle is also in this video. Same creator. Also brought up the fact that the mayor had purchased a similar vehicle. But in my opinion, they're 2 different vehicles. You can plainly see the black stripe down the middle sits significantly lower in one vehicle, on one vehicle, than it does the other. So, just my opinion. Sabbath, May 29th, the Wells family not on camera. It sounds like Summer's there and upset. May 31st, Candace posts 2 TikTok videos of Summer on her swing. June 1st, 2021. East property touching Ben Hill sells for $11,000 to Jackie Dobbs. June 3rd, 2021. North property touching Ben Hill sells for $64,000. to a young local farmer. I'll just leave it there. It's public info. You can figure it out. June 4th, Candace supposedly, allegedly, picked up H to hang out that day. And Candace also went to the hospital that day. There was a text scene, but you can fake text messages, so I don't know if that's verified or not. Sabbath, June 5th, Wells not on camera. David Dotson voted in as church member. David Dotson on stage and performing and dancing most of the time, talks for quite a while, ends it with, "I love you all." Also on June 5th, Candace posts 3 TikToks. The youngest got a motorbike as well. Oh, maybe she reposted that one. Also, glow racers and crawdads. Oh, yeah, that was the youngest. Okay, I get that. June 6th, SDA garage sale. The Hawaiian shirt grandpa later said that Summer was all over the place, having a blast. June 11th, Candace posts TikToks of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I believe the pictures were actually, the trip was between the 6th and the 10th. I can't pinpoint it. Summer did not seem happy in any of those pictures. Candace also posts TikToks of kids on the slip and slide, including a friend of Summer's who supposedly was staying the night and possibly went home early, unexpectedly, like right before Summer disappeared. It might have been this day, in fact, that she left early. I don't really know. Well, Sabbath, June 12th. Eerie sermon by Slenderman. "'Tis almost time for the Lord to cometh." Wells family not on camera. Also June 12th. Rumor is Sonia was in town visiting and left a couple days before Summer disappeared. Don did later say on Voices Behind the Wall with Cher in August, sitting outside, that his sister had just left her glasses by accident. Sonia is the only sister he keeps in touch with. And not the most reliable source, but Fred did mention to Ziggy that there was a white car parked down at the Beach Creek shed for a couple days before Summer went missing. And just a side note, cars can't make it up Ben Hill. Only 4-wheel drive can make it up there. So if Sonia did come and she wasn't in a 4-wheel drive vehicle, she would have had to leave her vehicle at least at the bottom property. You know what I mean? June 12th. The mayor is released from the hospital. Possibly. She does a Facebook live rant at 2 a.m. after leaving a last-minute tattoo appointment because her tattoo artist was about to go to jail. The rant is about property issues arising and annoying neighbors that she already has and doesn't want more. She mentions she's radioactive with her kid, it seems like, in the back seat. She mentions that she would smother... I don't even want to say it. She says some shit she shouldn't have said. Let's put it that way. She continues on about the property dispute and says, "I'm going to start some shit. I'm going to burn the goddamn creek down." Goes on and on about the property dispute more. Names the realtor and the people involved. And then says, "People would have made more money if they just taken our shit." Meaning the offer that she made. "And none of this would be happening. And people wouldn't be in danger. And I really don't give a goddamn." June 13th, 2021. Candace posts 3 dark TikToks at night outside during the storm. Summer says, Why is it doing that? And Candace says, it's lightning, baby. Summer says, oh. The log, the precipitation log, shows that there was rain that night, about 10 o'clock. The mayor said this was the night that she saw Summer getting out of the shower with Don, even though she was in her car and had no view whatsoever. Monday, June 14th. Dudley says he got fired this day. Seems to be a little confusion in Dudley's mind on the timing of things. Typical guy. It is what it is. He also said Don looked very distraught this day, sitting on the tub. He says Don missed work Sunday, the day before. He said Don drove his Subaru to work that day and never had before. He also says Jose was there with Don fighting over money the week before Summer disappeared. Like I said, guys, a certain creator said CPS closed a case that day. In all actuality, maybe they opened one and that's why he was upset. The mayor and Baked Beans both said the Baked Beans was there that day on the hill. Never really heard why. Also on June 14th, the mayor had police remove Jackie Dobbs from the property. He says he went to a hotel that night. I believe JRL confirmed that. Jonathan Lee Richards. Jackie Dobbs recently said that Don was actually the first person to approach him when he arrived in Beach Creek. He approached him that day at about 4 o'clock, but he said Don was driving the white truck. And to line up with what Dudley had said, doesn't really make sense. Dudley said Don was driving the Subaru that day. So, I don't really know. The day. Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. Don originally said that he woke up about 7:15-ish. Summer was still asleep next to him. And he went out and he noticed at some point there was a truck in a ditch down on Beach Creek, I believe by Simpson Road. Ironically, of course, a red truck, because everybody got a red truck in Kingsport and Rogersville. So Don later helped deal with this truck. So there was a dispatch call on the truck between 8:13 and 8:43. And Don said he actually helped move a four-wheeler that I believe fell out of the truck maybe. So that would mean Don didn't leave till closer to 9. But nothing as far as time frame in this case is accurate. So, yeah. Don drove the Subaru to Jonesboro that day, about 35-40 minutes away. Which is right across the street from the Wetlands Water Park, where later on H actually said that they were all supposed to go soon. So the morning of the 15th originally stated supposedly that Candace had a 8 a.m. appointment, which meant they have to leave by 7:30 to make it to Holstein Valley on time. Later on it was said that they didn't leave until like 8:30. So, like I said, time frame was a little off. Fred Hill actually said at 9:30 he saw Don leave the hill with at least one other person in the truck. At this time, Candace is supposedly waiting on Candace in the parking lot, texting H, which we haven't seen any text messages of. But what we have seen are text messages from the mayor. So the following are text messages shared between the mayor and Baked Beans between 9:44 and 10:04, the morning of. Baked Beans says, "Love you. You okay? Heard anything?" The mayor says, "Just tree grinding company. Did you tell your dad about the other?" Baked Bean says, "Not yet." The mayor says, "Well, make sure he knows we still have stuff up there in the house we need, and Boog wants to hunt there so he can mention that to the asshole." Baked Bean says, "Okay." The mayor says, "Did you show blank pics and tell him what was going on?" Not sure who the fuck blank is, excuse my French. Baked Bean says, "Yeah." The mayor says, "Any issues?" Baked Bean says, "Just him saying, 'Where was I?' and telling him, 'I'm on my way.' Not much. I told you be on time. I ignored him on that." The mayor says, "LOL." At 10:04, there's actually a phone call between the mayor and Baked Beans. In my opinion, this phone call is regarding the pic being shown to whomever. And my question is, wasn't he supposed to be at work on camera all day? He said he was going somewhere. He just said he was going somewhere. How is he going somewhere if he was supposed to be at work on camera all day? Whoa, one of many questions. Between 10 and 10:30, Candace and Summer arrived to H's house to pick him up. Allie was asleep. After the fact, Allie says she cannot discuss what happened between 10:30 and 12:30 that day. Between 11:12 and 11:42, Hawkins County Dispatch reported a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old running near the road by a house by the East Tennessee Iron and Metal. This location is about 33 minutes southwest of Ben Hill, but she, mayor, as the mayor would put it, owns a house right by there, within walking distance. Not the mayor, her relative, the one that pissed her off. Pretty interesting. Supposedly, they picked Candace up at Holstein Valley around noonish, which is only 6 minutes from H's house. That's a lot of lost time that has never been accounted for. Supposedly, they went to Walgreens and the smoke shop, says H. Candace actually says they went to the smoke shop, the hippie house, and then Walgreens. More conflicting stories. 12:21, they visit Warrior's Path. Candace posts, at 12:21, Candace posts on TikTok a video of them at Warrior's Path swimming with H. So, okay, here's my problem with the video. H described himself as Summer's brother. Like Summer's brother, whatever. So, my guy, my husband, he is like the ultimate kid jungle gym. All the kids love him. He's very active. He's very athletic. He's very fun. All the kids know him. When we arrive, all the kids run for him. And in my opinion, when H got in the water with Summer did not look like she wanted to have fun with him. In fact, she looked like she wanted nothing to do with him. She immediately turn the opposite way. And why this has been discussed, I've never understood, but it doesn't look like a little girl who's excited to play with this random dude that is going swimming with her. You know what I mean? I don't think the reason that he was with them was because he was that close to Summer. Him and Candace were close. They were buddies. They were chummy. I'm not saying anything was going on, but they were friends, you know? But at the same time, Summer was not looking forward to playing with H that day in the water. I didn't see it. And I know what it looks like. So, at Warriors, they also supposedly indulged in puff bars. H had the twisted tea that Candace gave him. We do learn later that Candace supposedly doesn't drink very much. She does say she drinks a little bit of moonshine to Emma from Crime Stories. Shout out. Crime Stories Obsessed. Candace actually told CM Chris that her and Candace drink Mountain Dew, not tea. So, yeah, I don't think that tea was for Candace in any way, shape, or form. At this point, H says they went to the smoke shop after Warriors Bath. And then they went to Walgreens to pick up the prescription. Chris from the interview room says that there's actually CCTV footage at about 1:30ish that day that I believe you can see Summer. Hunter also said that Don called while they were at Walgreens. I'm not really sure which time he called, if it was when they were dropping it off or picking up a prescription. But he said that at this time, Don was saying that Andy was creeping around on the property trying to hug the kids. In my opinion, in these parts, all boys are juniors. It's just the way it is. They're just all juniors. And his neighbor was Andy across the street. And Don's not the brightest guy. And if he didn't know the kid's name, or maybe he referred to the kid as Andy Jr., he could have called him Andy at the same time. Information that came up later, I guess, is the reason that I believe that. I'll point that out. Then they went to Sonic and got some slushies. What I thought was weird about that was H actually said that him and Summer both got a blue one, Candace got a grape one, and Candace got an orange one. But then Candace turns around and says that her and Summer both got a grape one, H got a blue one, and Grandma got a cool water. I just thought it was interesting that they both correlated themselves with what Summer drank. Seems strange to me. Following that, they went to Priceless, got milk and some other things. H says they were there for 1 hour. Candace says they were there for 5 minutes. More recently, JLR talked to an employee who says they were there for at least 30 minutes, and they came out with a cart full of groceries. Between 2 and 2:30 that day, allegedly, H was dropped off at home. Also at 2 o'clock that day, Baked Beans sent a text message to the mayor saying, "You okay?" At 2:14, Baked Beans says, "Nothing going on." And the mayor responds, "Heard a noise, going to see." At 2:38, Baked Beans says, "Okay." Rumor has it that Candace might have stopped at the Marathon and Dollar General on the way home in Fall Branch, which is a little bit out of the way, and it kind of makes the picture, the last picture taken of, video taken allegedly by Candace, which I don't know if I'm buying that one either, was taken on the corner of Lone Star and Muller, and I believe that's accurate information. But if that's the case, then them going to the Marathon and the Dollar General kind of takes them out of the way of that picture happening, I guess. It seems like to me like they would go a different route. the last picture and video taken of Summer has always been interesting. In my opinion, I feel like there's definitely a stain on the seatbelt and quite possibly on her jacket just above the seatbelt. It could be orange pop, whatever, but I definitely feel like there's something there. Also, she was supposed to be sitting on a pillow. She'd supposedly been sitting on a pillow earlier because she was wet, and Candace didn't want her seat to get wet. And in that video, people always ask, where's the pillow? You can actually see the pillow. If you slow down the video, the pillow is on the floorboard, directly behind Candace. You can barely see it. You have to slow the video way down, and you can catch it's in there. And like I said, that doesn't sound like Candace to me. I don't know who it is, but it doesn't sound like Candace. When they arrived home, Candace said the boys helped carrying groceries and then took more groceries over to Candace's camper. Rumor has it, and I think this is where the Dollar General story came in, that most of the bags were Dollar General bags. Supposedly between 3 and 3:30, Fred Hill says he actually saw Andy close by. Baked beans, sorry. At 3:14, Baked Beans texts to the mayor, been too long, no response, you okay? Half an hour later, the mayor responds, yeah. 15 minutes later, Baked Beans says, what are you doing? It was later alleged that this is the time when the mayor and her children heard the animalistic type scream, and shortly thereafter saw a weird red-ish vehicle leaving the Wells property. No response from the mayor until 4:52, 1 hour later. Andy said, what are you doing at 3:58? At 4:52, the mayor says, talking to the kids. At 5:30 is when she said she had seen, see this lady? Oh my gosh. 5:30, the mayor said she hears the old green Subaru drive up the hill very fast. Since the last text, 30 minutes later, 5:31, Baked Bean says, not off yet. And the mayor responds with a heart and then says, okay, soon, ? Baked Bean says at 6:02, about to leave, what am I doing? The mayor says, getting me or not? 6:05, Baked Bean says, if you want, I'm getting a drink on my way. The mayor says, yeah, be at the bottom in 20. Baked Bean says, well, text when I'm past my mom's. It's hot out. Don't want you out in the heat too long. The mayor says, see you soon. Going down to mess with my flowers. 6:06. Candace posts, then later deletes a picture of her middle son with Summer just out of frame on Facebook. Also at 6:09, Baked Beans texts, on my way. The mayor responds, see you soon. In the beginning, this is about when the mayor said she heard Candace and the boys yelling for Summer while she was at the end of her own driveway. She started helping to search before the cops even arrived. Texts show she didn't even make it to the driveway until 6:25. The cops were called at 6:23, so she was right before. I mean, it did take 45 minutes, I think, almost. At least a half an hour for the cops to show up, but she wasn't helping for that much longer. Not to mention, first she said she was planting flowers, then she changed her story to she was waiting on Andy to pick her up. I guess she was doing both from text. 6:23, 6:26, the 911 calls are made. Don later says it was 5:30. Not really sure. It's a guy thing, I'm telling you. Allie says the siblings might have even called 911. We were told, quote unquote, a family member called 911, as well as a parent. 6:30 to 7, Robin says Candace started calling her, and she couldn't answer. She hadn't seen or talked to Candace all day. 7:03, police arrive on the scene. Don arrives about the same time, but he drives down to the Beach Creek shed first. 7:05, Andy arrives home from work. Baked beans. 7:15 to 7:30, Candace finally calls David Dotson because she still can't get a hold of Robin. She finally talks to Robin after multiple tries, and the same thing with H. Leslie, Allie's friend, said that at 7:29, H called, telling Allie to call Candace. At 8:30, David Dotson arrives on the property. 9 o'clock, Robin arrives with snacks. Neither of them were allowed on the property for hours. Witnesses said Subarus were everywhere. My question is, I have lots of questions, but I do have one that I've never gotten a good answer on. Was there a power outage at Ben Hill that day because of the tree trimmers? Because the boys were home, and I'm sure the boys were antsy and this, that, and the other, but I don't know. Police say Candace left twice on June 15th. Supposedly Jody Sue confirmed seeing Candace leave the second time as well. So now we're at April to June. I know a lot's happened in the last 24 hours, but prior to that, we'd been through 15 Sabbath services from April to June. And on those 15 services, Summer's face was on camera one time. Don attended 2 Sabbath school classes. June 16th. Police and search party post up at the Mount Baptist Free Will Church, I believe it's called. First press conference is held. Also June 16th. CPS is supposed to come. Not verified if it's accurate or if it happened. I'm sure it did. Also June 16th. TBI interview H. Also June 16th. The mayor does a video stating that the parents are not involved. Summer was loved and cared for. Neighborhood loves her, cares for her. Feels a little empty without hearing her giggles today. Playing at the top of the hill. Top of her hill. Somebody took the opportunity. In my opinion, this does not match the mayor's previous statement. June 17th, press conference. Leslie from TBI says this case is definitely outside the norm. Also June 17th, Candace shows up at H's house asking questions about his LE interview. H later said on the interview room he saw a deleted text on Candace's phone that day from Baked Beans saying it's done. Also June 17th, Tony Hammond's possible attempted abduction, 25 miles from Ben Hill in Kingsport, arrested the 19th, which was 2 days later. My research showed that he did share a address previously with Kenneth Brown. I believe it was Jody Sue's brother that passed away. Not to mention he, I think, was also Jody Sue's neighbor at one point when she lived in Kingsport. Sabbath, June 19th. Early prayer service for summer. Don speaks briefly. SDA stops showing class attendees during Sabbath school. They just show Dave Ryder till August. Don actually later says they did it because they had to. June 20th. Day the story of the unfounded scream came out. Overlooked for 2 months. June 20th, 2021. Candace told someone that a neighbor did hear a scream, but she couldn't hear it because her TV was too loud. June 22nd. Tim Mullins admitted first trip to Ben Hill to take pictures for the local news. June 22nd, 23rd, not quite sure. Jose says he was interviewed by TBI. Sabbath, June 26th. Don and Candace both at Sabbath school. The class talked a lot about summer and a lot about the negativities of social media. June 28th. Search efforts are scaled back. Candace does her first interview with WJHL 12 days after Summer's disappearance. Don and Candace contradict each other sitting right next to each other about why Summer's hair was cut short. Both speak in past tense. Don even said he was sorry and trying to work on it. And Candace, just oblivious to what he just said, does it again like 2 seconds later. Also, when asked about the timeline, Candace says, "Time gets away from you when you're trying to enjoy yourself." She does seem medicated due to circumstances. I get it. I mean, I get it. Not justifying it or condoning it, but the lady's had a rough couple weeks. Also, June 28th, Ethan posts the red Toyota pic with no ladder rack. Said his Toyota has taken its last ride. Now has American flag covering the seat. July 2nd, 2021. Allie's interview with Unmasked airs. Says lots. Talks about meeting Candace and the falling out regarding the Jose incident, the day Summer disappeared, confirming when H was picked up and dropped off. She said 10:30 and 2:30. She said Summer did slip on a rock and went over, but just for a few seconds, and H got her out. Allie also said she can't talk about what happened between 10:30 and 12:30. She confirms that she thought the boys were home alone that day, cleaning, and said that her oldest daughter is now mad at and has recently cut ties with Candace. And mentioned also when Candace was, I mean to laugh, when Candace was talking about Rose, she said the bee was dead. Not being empathetic at all to Grandma being upset one time when reminiscing about Rose. Which, I don't know if I can believe that. That's why I laughed. Sabbath, July 3rd. Camera is very blurry. No videos. Obviously intentional. We find out later. July 3rd, also. Don has a call with Jay for Justice. Says the boys were not at work with him the day of. In fact, he's still not sure where they were. Says cops confirmed seeing a 4-door yellow vehicle headed towards Waterville, when they were en route to Ben Hill that day. Donna also mentioned that Allie's oldest daughter, got in trouble recently and wanted Candace to lie for her. And I guess that didn't work out. July 9th. David Dotson does an interview representing the family with Unmasked, who reached out to them. He says he talked to the family today and many times before. He goes on and says, we. And then says he reiterates that he just met the family 3 months before. says Summer wasn't very vocal, and he inserts that the red truck has been found. It was in the next county over with the plate removed, and it belonged to a neighbor on Beach Creek. He talked about Candace telling him when she was helping Candace with her knee brace when Summer went missing, and he said that Candace told him it took her about 20 minutes. He also confirmed that the boys told him that the basement door was locked, and he says no neighbors heard or saw anything, which I thought was strange. He said Candace told him that she'd been missing about 20 minutes at 7:30, which doesn't fit into the time frame. Sabbath, July 10th and July 17th. Same camera problem, no video. We find out later it's intentional. July 18th, Candace left for Wisconsin. July 21st, 2021. Allie and H interview posted by the interview room. H says the boys went to work with Don that day. He actually mentions the two older boys went to work with Don that day, but he never mentions the younger one, which I thought was weird. H speaks a lot of Andy, and he speaks a lot on not thinking Summer walked away on her own. He mentions that Candace was in the car at Warriors putting minutes on her phone, like a prepay phone type thing, which seemed weird to me because I thought she had AT&T. He also mentions that Candace is generally angry and mean, and this is when he brought up seeing the deleted text saying it's done from Andy. July 23rd, I believe, 22nd maybe, the boys are actually removed from Ben Hill by CPS. Sabbath, July 24th, pastor only in view. Also July 24th, Don tells Jay for Justice the boys have been removed. He doesn't know if Chris M is, the interview room, is coming to Rogersville when asked. Also July 24th, Chris M is at the SDA and does speak with Robin, and later goes to Warriors and speaks with Candace. July 26th, 2021, Candace, we learn, accepted Allie's challenge. Interview is posted by the interview room. It was filmed 2 days before. She mentions that Candace is the only one with the AT&T phone that could call 911. Did AT&T have prepaid phones? I don't really know. July 31st, pastor unfortunately, Sabbath, July 31st, pastor unfortunately only in view. July 2021, Andrew said he called CPS on Candace and Allie after their interviews with the interview room aired, actually. I'm sure he wasn't the only one. August 1st, Jody Sue's son caught in the woods on Wells property. August 2nd. The mayor files a 2-week protective order against Baked Beans. At this point, Baked Beans said he had already moved out. Sabbath, August 7th. Sabbath school class finally is shown, but Don or Candace are not in attendance. Also August 7th, Don does his first interview on Voices Behind the Wall with Cher and hubby. Says Candace did call 911 that day. Sabbath, August 14th, Don attends Sabbath school. Also August 14th, Ethan posts a red TikTok of his Toyota truck wrecked. Looks very intentional. And he says she took her last ride 3 weeks ago, which would put it about July 25th. But he had already posted a picture on July 28th that said it was done. So, August 15th, the mayor's son caught a second time on Wells property in the woods. August 19th, the mayor's son files a protective order against baked beans, probably to keep his mama's shit going. Sabbath, August 21st, Don and Candace do attend Sabbath school. August 22nd, Sharon and hubby interviewed Don and Sonia. Both agree that she's the only sibling that Don keeps in touch with. Most in chat are talking about and have never heard of the scream until now. August 23rd, Crazy Crime Chick plays audio of Candace talking about the scream that the neighbor heard for verification that it happened on June 20th. And then Crazy Crime Chick goes on to say, we really need to hear from this neighbor. Girl. Why'd you gotta go and do that? Sabbath, August 28th. Class shown, Don or Candace not in attendance. Also August 28th, Don accepts a Facebook friend request from Tim Mullen. August 28th, Tim Mullen says he drives to Penn Hill for the first time and leaves a note. It's an interesting side note. Let's read Tim Mullen's note, shall we? Real quick. Sorry. Yeah, 70 pages. A lot of pages to go through. Give me that. Okay, here it is. Hello, Don. Just stopped by for a hello. Heading around putting up signs. This is Tim Mullen, Robin's friend. Do website. All those little puppy dogs done stole my heart, especially the little one with the big ears. Tim. So, at this point, Tim was already doing the website. August 28th. August 31st, 2021. Candace's famous hoax phone call about Don being taken by a group of men to Don's sister. Also, my personal side note, this was the night of Donna Reverend's first reading being recorded, and the first thing she says is, Candace has crazy making going on tonight. Just saying. September 1st. Jody Sue posts pics of bloody face. Hospital records said she fell. Sabbath, September 4th. Don and Candace at Sabbath school. September 6th. Baked Beans kicks the mayor off the property. Conflicting stories between the two. Pics posted confirm both of her son's cats die on that same day, which seems very suspicious to a lot, including myself. Sabbath, September 11th. Don does attend Sabbath school. September 12th. Critical K releases text with Candace, painting a different picture of what happened to Summer that day. She said Summer wasn't feeling well. She never got out of the truck once they got home. Candace called Don to see if she should take her to the hospital. Candace took a nap, and when she woke up, Candace said she couldn't find Summer. Sabbath, September 18th. Don is at Sabbath school. September 20th. The turtle showed up creeping. Probably not going to mention it again. Sabbath, September 25th. Class is shown. Don and Candace are not in attendance. Tim Mullen later says that sometime in September, Don had asked him to be media manager. And as I just said, from the note that he left, we show that August 28th, he was already the media manager. So I don't know where he gets sometime in September from. Sabbath, October 2nd, pastor interview only. Also October 2nd, all interview room videos are temporarily removed. I think it was Nomadic Skeezy, but yeah. October 7th, the behavior panel interview was posted. Very shocking opinions at the time, but I kind of agree now, which is weird to say. I was so mad when when that video came out. I didn't agree at all. Sabbath, October 9th, October 16th, pastor only in view. October 16th, the mayor talks to the interview room about peeping Tom. The first time I heard her mention it. I can't find the video anymore. I've looked for it. I thought it was on the interview room. I guess it might be on the lab, but I haven't really gone through all the lab's videos like that. But she does imply that Don was the peeping Tom. Sabbath, October 23rd, Don and Candace at Sabbath school. Candace is visibly upset, looks broken. Maybe October 25th-ish, Chase talks to Tiffany Marie and says, the man was the getaway driver. The man was the one driving the truck, sitting at the bottom of the hill. There was a woman that came up the hill on the backside and lured Summer out of there. Went in that house. Grandma distracted Candace for long enough for this to happen. Drugs this, drugs that, running around in the shed. It's all a bunch of BS. What happened is Grandma saved Summer. The FBI knows there's one missing piece, and that's the girl who lured her out. They're trying to figure out who Grandma had lured her away. Grandma's not talking. She's afraid. She came back for like 3 days and left again. I don't know about Chase with all his mayor connections. I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. In fact, when I have something like this in front of me, I want to assume that everything he's telling me is the exact opposite of what is factual in the case. Like, he's telling me the exact opposite of the facts to distract people. Do you understand what I mean? As in, like, he says a man was the one driving the hill. I believe it was probably a woman. He says a woman was the one that came up the backside of the hill. I believe that was probably a man. Like, I don't trust him, believe him. Or I'm not even going to go there. October 30th, 2021. Don arrested, a DUI, probation violation, live on No Thanks. Can I just say, while we're in the thick of it, all the weird connections to me involving this case are just crazy. I love true crime. I've always listened to true crime, but my true crime is like factual based or entertainment based. So like my factual base would be Stephanie Harlow, Bailey Sarian, like fact-based educational stories. If I'm looking for something more along the lines of like entertainment, I would go to like Salome Bella or Aphrodite. I like that. I'm into that kind of stuff. Because they also do true crime, and that's what I look at as their true crime, not pop culture, more true crime. So, what blows my mind in this case more than anything is the weird connections. And I feel like these connections shouldn't exist in a case like this. What I'm referring to specifically is creators. The creators that know each other. Like, okay, yeah, I guess some creators that work with each other. Like, you got Justice for All and Molly Golightly. Like, you know, they collaborate, whatever. But when you have creators that work together and then have fallen out and then work together and then have fallen out and, like, there's all this animosity and drama between them, those probably aren't the educational, informational creators you should be listening to. That's like, it's like Krama. What is it, Krama? No, I don't want anything to do with it. It's junk. I hated weeding through this case. I despise all these people for all the misdirection they've caused and all the drama that they've caused and how they've completely taken the focus from this poor precious little girl. Like, this has gone from the Summer story to the just saying bullshit story is how I feel. Like, it's just bullshit. Bullshit on bullshit. People talking for hours about nothing that has anything to do with anything. For what? Why? For distraction? I don't understand it. And I feel like all these people connected, there's got to be some reason. Not only there's got to be a reason why. People don't do shit like this without purpose. It's manipulation. It's distraction. It's gaslighting. It's, you know what I mean? So as soon as I realized that she, the mayor, was neighbors with Chase's family, I pretty much I never listened to anything Chase had to say anyways, to be honest. And I have never given her more than 2 minutes of my time before I fell asleep. But at the same time, you have to weed through all this stuff. And that's why I feel like this timeline is so important to Summer. And it's so for Summer, because for somebody to come into this case 6 months in and try and understand all this information and peel back the layers of all this BS going on, it is impossible. And in my opinion, even if there are any charges brought, there's going to be a mistrial, because this case has been destroyed by creators. And I don't even call them creators, because all they're doing is regurgitating. There's a few that do interviews, and that's amazing and all, but why don't they shorten their 8-hour lives and make the interviews usable, as opposed to trying to think you're going to weed through 50 hours of live streams in a week's time? Who has time for that? You people are crazy. So, sorry, just my rant and opinion. I'm tired of listening to y'all, to be honest. I can't wait to go back to my nice little crime world. Okay. So, Skeezy, did we end on Skeezy? No, we ended on Chase. Okay. October 30th, like I said, Don was arrested, live on No Thanks. November 1st, the mayor does a video and has an emotional breakdown about Chase's story, and she's very angry. November 6th, Don says, I have 7 alibis. Candace ain't got none. Candace is going down. Live to Molly Golightly. I was actually listening to it live. I think it was the first time I ever listened to Molly, to be honest. First time I ever heard her. November 10th, 2021. TBI Knoxville FBI state multiple search warrants were recently executed and possible digital evidence collected in Summer's case. Also on November 10th, the mayor says again, doubles down, that she had a peeping Tom around her house, sending her Amazon packages, listening to her, thinking there was some kind of device in her house called Alexa. She said this on the interview room. And again, she implies it was Don. Also November 10th, the mayor goes live on No Thanks with Doug, crying and upset that Baked Bean's name came out, I guess. Now she wants to defend her abuser. November 11th, the mayor does an interview with WJHL 5 months after Summer disappears, talking about the animalistic scream that her and her kids heard. Her son even goes on and talks. Ronnie Lawson, sheriff, said the complaint does not pertain to the case. It is unfounded. Next day, November 11th and 12th, Dr. Phil show airs. Both days. Cornbread Mafia dumpster fire. I was going to call AB cornbread, but then I figured that would be I don't want to do that. So that's why I went with baked beans. November 13th, Don says to Ziggy, imagine someone taking your daughter hostage, your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your freaking head. November 17th, the interview room posts surprise, we're going to call it a pressure release video, the interview with Robin from July, the same day he talked to Candace. I think Robin had some heat under her at this point, so he just thought he was helping her out. One second. November 18th, Jackie Dobbs puts Ben Hill property up for sale. Oh $168,000. Sabbath, November 20th. Just done at Sabbath school. November 21st, 2021. West property touching Ben Hill sells for $1 million. I can tell you who it is, but I'm not gonna. It's public information. But my question is, why does a person need an FCC radio license? What is it for? What can you do? Just curious. Like, could you hack in and erase wireless audio recordings? Maybe? Just asking. November 22nd. Yeah, we're gonna skip that. So, we're not gonna skip it. Okay, November 22nd. The local farmer that purchased the property north of Ben Hill right before summer went missing also acquires another property. The property is obtained from Trulia Morlock, who is an heir to C.J. Morlock. I think that's an interesting connection. November 26th, 2021. Kingsport SDA Church removes all Summerwell's videos. I cried when I realized this. At the time, I had already pretty much went through the videos once and kind of watched I didn't listen to everything. It was more like I was kind of watching it without audio because, good Lord, to sit through these videos was very mayorish. But then I was actually going back through, and the first time I just kind of paid attention to the key players, you know. But then the second time I was going back through and actually listening and looking for people that weren't such key players that I knew who they were now, but I didn't know who they were when the case, you know, when I was first looking at them back in like August and September. That morning I woke up, I started my dinner, got everything all settled, making food. I came out just to look up something. I wanted to see something random, and the videos were gone. I was pretty crushed. I was crushed for the family. Like, those were all videos of Summer, and it was all like things that the family could have went back and looked at. You know, she's gone. Like, that's all they had of her, and they just took them all off. It was very sad. Sabbath, November 27th, just done at Sabbath school. December 1st, aircraft radar shows a plane circling all day around the property of Ethan. I will say it now. I didn't really bring it up before, but I believe Ethan actually held a job at a local movie theater. And ironically, David Dotson's son worked at the same movie theater. Just saying. Not sure if they worked there at the same time, but it was right around the same time. The very next day, December 2nd, Justice for All does a live about Ethan. I believe Cher actually did it first. But TBI, I'm pretty sure knows about him at this point, considering that, you know, there was just a plane circling his house the day before. Sabbath, December 4th, just done at Sabbath school. December 7th, Chase and a certain creator have a questionable queso lunch date. I'm just going to stop there. December 8th, heels on the ground in Kingsport. Molly at the shed that day, taking videos, snooping around where she shouldn't have been. December 9th, YouTubers unite. Everyone on the hill. Cracking cases, heels on the ground, confrontation with the log. People did say that Don was hardly there at all when they were there. He kind of went MIA on them all. Sabbath, December 11th, Don does attend Sabbath school. Sabbath, December 18th, Don does attend Sabbath school again. Sitting in a different seat this time. Sitting next to the only cutie with the booty in the room. In a seat that he never sits in. Never sits here. Never. But he's in there today. December 31st, 2021. Candace creates a YouTube channel. In my opinion, bet she's home alone. And by the way, Christmas was just passed over. No post for Christmas. I don't expect them to. They just lost their family, their kids. Like, they're probably not celebrating too much this year. January 1st. A certain creator calls and wakes up baked beans. He is not happy. He snaps. He's tired of people calling him, he says. January 2nd, 2022. Candace reposts Summer on the swing video from TikTok to YouTube. January 6th, the interview room released the uncut H interview. And shit started flying. Also, January 6th, Heels on the Ground, arrive in Kingsport. Sabbath, January 8th, Heels attend Kingsport SDA service, specifically Molly. Not sure who else went. Molly did say there was a little blonde girl in attendance that was all over Candace. Don does attend Sabbath school. January 10th, Heels on the Ground shows up on the job site, causes chaos. Don gets fired from Tucker Drywall. Heels on the Ground also met with Allie and family. Had an interview. They also had dinner with Dudley and his wife. And a late night phone conversation with Don Wells, which was not released until literally this month. And in that phone conversation, it said that Don mentions that Candace did make lunch that day, but originally left it out of the timeline. January 11th, Don says to Molly Golightly, life goes on. We need to focus on bringing attention to other missing kids. His daughter's been gone fucking 7 months. Also January 11th, Ziggy arrives in Kingsport, visits Warriors, goes and sees Fred Hill, avoided like the plague by the mayor. Sabbath, January 15th. Ziggy visits Kingsport SDA. Don is at Sabbath school. January 17th, Heels on the Ground leaves Kingsport. January 19th, Candace calls 911 on Don for domestic violence. She says he choked her and she has a thumb injury. Officers said it's not serious enough for charges. They said Candace was using her thumb with no problem. Don gets away with nothing. Don gets away. No problem. No charges. Sabbath, January 22nd. Don does attend Sabbath school. February 3rd. The mayor's son, I guess, accidentally PayPal'd someone $800. And the mayor had to call to get it back. It's weird. Sabbath, February 5th. All I have noted is that Timmy attended the SDA Sabbath school. It doesn't say that Don's there. But it does say that Don has attended 14 of them since June, which is about 7 months. So, about 2 a month, every other. That's not bad. That's better. February 6th, Don sentenced from probation violation. And mind you, February 5th was Summer's birthday. And I believe that's why Timmy was there. Also February 6th, then the next day, February 6th, Don gets sentenced from probation violation. He had an 11-month and 29-day suspended sentence from his DUI. Mandatory is to do 180 days. I guess they say that I came up with August 12th, but now I'm hearing like October 30th, and I don't really know. February 7th and 8th, the mayor brings herself to YouTube. She's already done tons of Facebook videos. It literally takes her 2 days to upload her summer number 1 through 16 videos that she originally posted September 3rd. The videos in total are 3 hours long. February 12th to the 18th, the mayor live streams 19 videos on YouTube totaling 54 hours. February 19th to the 25th, the mayor does 15 videos totaling 38 hours. February 22nd, 2022, at 2:22 a.m., Tim Mullen drops his first YouTube summer video. February 2nd, 2022, at 2:22 in the morning. Okay, so let's see. February 2nd, 22nd. So that's 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Plus the year 2022 is 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's 6. At 2:22 a.m. That's 6. Tim Mullins is a numbers guy. I don't know how much 2022 really had to do with it. I'm just going to say that. Ironically, on February 22nd, 2022, Jody C's brother passes away. Supposed complications after surgery. I do not believe she attends the funeral. Her son and her ex are listed as like alternate pallbearers, I think it was, or something. February 24th, 2022, Candace continues to post short videos of kids' pictures on YouTube. Also tells Kraken Cases she's not in love with Donnie anymore. And going through the day, she says, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I did this? What if I walked out with her? Which I thought was interesting. February 26th to March 4th, the mayor does 17 videos totaling 39 hours. March 2nd, 2022, Candace finally speaks. And doesn't help anything. She just leaves us with more questions than answers, to be honest. March 4th, 2022, Candace does a YouTube video Q&A with a friend. Not about summer. Refuses to answer questions about summer. Pointless. Nobody cared. March 5th through 11th, the mayor does 15 videos totaling 34 hours. March 13th, 14th, and 15th, Justice for All interviews Jose live. He's been talking to him a while. This was the first time that... This was the first person that gave her life. Sorry, had to change. So, this is the first time that life was actually brought to Summer, in my opinion. This was the first person that actually made Summer seem like a real person, told real stories. Her family was always super vague and super repetitive and not a lot of details, and just never gave us any tidbits of her personality or what she was like. But Jose definitely did that. And I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. March 12th to March 18th, the mayor does 17 videos totaling 46 hours. March 22nd, Candace gets her heart broken. She's angry that people are angry that TM has Don's phone. Supposedly Don gave Tim Mullins his phone right before he went to jail, and supposedly Tim Mullins downloaded the phone information, which seems totally sus. And a certain creator cut ties with Candace, I guess, at this point. March 24th, 2022, Candace posts YouTube video, says she's just checking in. You can definitely hear a man and a woman in the background coaching her. After this, Candace went missing in action. Oh, I thought I did that. Okay, so from March 19th to March 25th, the mayor does 16 videos totaling 48 hours. March 26th to April 1st, the mayor does 15 videos totaling 46 hours. April 2nd to April 8th, the mayor does 13 videos totaling 52 hours. April 9th to April 15th, the mayor does 12 videos totaling 48 hours. April 16th to April 22nd, the mayor does 12 videos totaling 39 hours. April 23rd to April 29th, the mayor does 18 videos totaling 49 hours. April 30th to May 6th, the mayor does 12 videos totaling 45 hours. May 7th to May 13th, the mayor does 13 videos totaling 49 hours. May 14th to May 20th, the mayor does 14 videos totaling 49 hours. May 21st to May 27th, this is ridiculous. The mayor does 13 videos totaling 41 hours. In April, the mayor did 55 videos totaling 189 hours. In May, she did 52 videos totaling 184 hours in the month of May. From May 2nd, From May 28th to June 3rd, the mayor does 11 videos totaling 39 hours. The week previous, May 25th, 2022, Jose Roman reportedly passed away the Sunday prior, which would have been May 22nd, 2022. Sorry for his family's loss. May 30th, Crowdsource Illuminations does a 9-hour live regarding baked beans and admits that they've been talking. May 31st, Candace allegedly sends texts and tries to call multiple YouTube creators saying that she wanted to unlife herself. Interestingly, the creators that she called were all a little suspect to me. But you can figure that out. June 4th to June 10th, the mayor does 14 videos totaling 69 hours. In that week, she actually did 77 hours if you calculate from day to day at 2 different points. Just saying. June 8th, The Real Baked Beans starts his YouTube channel. June 11th through the 17th, the mayor does 8 videos totaling 41 hours. Went down a little bit. June 12th, neighbor whose south property touches Ben Hill passed away. Mary Sexton. Don Sherfy's senior's mother-in-law in a roundabout way. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody, But if there's one thing I did in this case, it was went through a lot of mugshots. And I'll tell you, I've seen this lady's mugshot more than anybody else. Anybody. She pops up constantly. I've seen 10 of her mugshots in the last however many. I didn't go back that many years. I went back a couple years, and I felt like I knew that name before I knew who she was. I knew of her name, seeing it so many times in mugshots, before I knew she was a neighbor, which I've always thought was strange. As to date, June 14th, 2022, Jody Sue has posted 436 videos on Facebook, totaling 8,720 minutes of content since June 16th, 2021. Prior to that, Jody Sue, the mayor, had only posted 13 videos, totaling 25 minutes in all of Facebook existence. June 15th. All creators show up to Kingsport. July 1st. All the Baked Beans does live interview with crowdsource elimination. The mayor gets scared real quick, freaks out, drops bombs in chat. I got screenshots. And then later in her own live. June 4th. The mayor makes her Facebook profile private. Don's in jail. Candace is MIA. People in this case kind of dropped like flies. People surrounding this case dropped like flies. There's not much to go on now. I mean, what else are you going to do? What else? Are you going to keep listening to Jody Sue? Is that helping anybody? Is that progressing anything in this case? No, it's not. Please stop. Please stop listening to certain creators that are just toxic and not helping if you really, really want to help this little girl. Because once you weed through half the shit they say, there's not much relevance to it. Really. Truly. So, since the 4th of July, there's only one real thing of significance that's happened, in my opinion. And I'll be damned if this little thing didn't just light me up, and I felt such a connection in such a weird way of this young lady. And that's Breezy. Breezy came out. My suspicions of the skis have always been sketchy from the get. He's trash. It's obvious. But that girl loves her dad. And shame on him, his loss. She's breathtaking. She's beautiful. She's a delight. And you are a dipshit. But on that note, if you made it this far into my video, I guess I should leave you with a little nugget at the end. In all of Breezy's talk, she did mention one thing that caught my interest. And that was when she said that her dad had lost twins at one point. And the only reason it caught my interest was because when I was first looking into this case, I had noticed a comment left on Candace's Facebook. And this was after she had abandoned this Facebook account. People were just commenting, hundreds of comments on Summer's pictures, and you know Candace ain't. She wasn't even looking at it at this point. But somebody had made a comment and said that she had watched Candace lose twins about 2008. And with all the crazy connections in this case, what are the odds? I mean, at this point, they seem pretty damn good. Not to mention the fact that I've also heard rumors that a certain creator who left Michigan, we'll say, and traveled to Arkansas when he was young to visit his friend Candace. So, yeah. Like I said before, unfortunately, this has gone from the summer story to the just saying bullshit story. Because at this point, anybody that's still talking is just saying bullshit. Whether it be speculation or rumors or whatever crap they want to make up. It's just all distraction. It's not helping. It's not constructive. And I'm so looking forward to not having to watch majority of them ever again. Like, Crama World is not my cup of tea. I will stick with my preferred creators. I appreciate your time. All I want is for this little girl to be found. I would get into theories, but there are so many possibilities of theories for this case. It's unreal. Unreal. And the information that I put out, will it help? I hope. I'm doing it. I've taken the time to create it and to create this, and I'd hate for it to all be pointless. But I can't not put it out, because if I don't share the information, then it is all pointless. So, this is for summer. Doubt there will be a follow-up. This is probably my opus for summer.